What's up, everybody? It's your boy Catfish. You know, we doing the shout out videos, and this is volume 5, late as hell, but I have a good reason why it's late as hell. Before I get into the reason why it's late, let me tell you all a little something. First of all, for those of you that are into the social media, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube. Look at all my videos, all of my shout out videos. I also did a video naked in my cell phone. Check that out. And, let me know what you think about it. Comment, subscribe, rate. Let me know what you think about it. If you like it, good. If you don't like it, fuck you. Now, everybody want to know where the hell I've been for the last 7 months. For those of you that only keep in touch with me on YouTube, I apologize. For those of you that keep in touch with me on Facebook and on Twitter, you know what I've been doing. But for those motherfuckers that don't know, I've been in school, and I had to prioritize a couple of things in my life in order to finish school. But, I did finish. I started my journey on getting my degree long time ago. But now that shit is done. I'm a graduate of Norfolk State University's Mass Communications Department. And, it is what it is. I graduated, and that's that. So if you, don't understand why I took a hiatus. Before I get into these shout outs, I have to give a special shout out to 2 people that are on Twitter. A couple of months back, I had a face tweet feet compete, looking for the ladies with the prettiest feet on the internet, on Facebook and on Twitter. And the feet that I found to be, in my opinion, the most beautiful toes on Facebook and Twitter belongs to these 2 women, right here and right here. So it is what it is. I thank everybody that participated. We're gonna have another competition coming soon. Now, I've been gone for a long time, and there's been a lot of things that's been going on in the world. I ain't got time to touch on all of them, but we're just gonna touch on a couple of them. Eddie Long. First, this cat was accused of allegedly engaging in sexual acts with young men, and they still working on that situation. Do I believe he did it? Fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? I do. And if you think he didn't do it, now this Eddie Long cat done persuaded members of his church to invest into a company, and the company that they invested in, these people lost all their money, and Eddie Long gonna say that he didn't take a cut of the money. It's over $1 million that's not accounted for based on these investments. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, I think Eddie Long is behind it. You know what I'm saying? You don't get. I'm not saying that the man didn't work for his money, but this nigga ain't work for his money. We all know that. But I ain't saying he didn't work for it. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's that. Do I think Eddie Long stole that money and helped that man steal that money? Yeah, I do. And if you think that he didn't. So, I was at a Super Bowl party, for those of you that don't know, I was in Virginia, and now I'm in the Atlanta area. I'm not going to tell you where I live at, you know what I'm saying, but I was in the Atlanta area, and went over to relatives of mine. I went over to her house for the Super Bowl, and while I'm there, some cats came over in some suits. And one of these cats, well, both of them claim to be preachers, but one of the preachers, he looked real familiar to me, and I remember now that me and this cat used to do a whole lot of dirt together when I was in school at Mississippi Valley. You know, he remember that we was at Valley together. You know, we probably smoked some weed together, ran through some girls together, did all kind of things. But people could change, you know. But I had a couple of my cousins over there, and this cat was trying to holler at one of my cousins, and he wasn't getting nowhere with her. So this cat tried to holler at her sister right there in front of the first sister when he got rejected by the first sister. And keep in mind, this nigga's supposed to be a preacher, and this nigga gonna say that, hey baby, you might need to come to my church because people come to church for pretty women. You know, they come to church for the pretty women first, and then they come to church for Jesus. So you might need to come to my church because you're a pretty lady. Now, I don't know. I ain't really, you know, the most religious cat in the world. But goddammit, I know that when you go to church, you're supposed to go to church for Jesus first. You know, and anything else that jump off at the church, you know, hey, it is what it is. But this nigga gonna sit here and say that you go to church for pretty women first and for Jesus second. He said that's the only time Jesus comes second. I ain't never known Jesus to come second to nothing. Nothing. But this nigga gonna say that he gonna say that shit. You know, and so I was kind of just lost for words because I'm got my attention on the football game. You know, congratulations to the Green Bay Packers, blah, blah, blah. I got my attention on the game, but this nigga done took my attention away from the game because this nigga gonna sit here and say Jesus comes second. You know, fuck that nigga. You know, and I know people gonna sit here and say, you ain't supposed to cuss no preacher out. You know, this nigga's a pastor, this nigga's a preacher. Well, guess what? That nigga ain't my motherfucking pastor. So fuck him. If you think I'm wrong for talking shit about this pastor, you know what I gotta say to you? Exactly. Shout out to all the motherfuckers that's claiming other kids on the income taxes. Then when the check come in, y'all motherfuckers don't want to pay the people that you borrowed their kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some old cold-blooded ass niggas, and I'm gonna report all y'all motherfuckers to the IR motherfucking S. I hope you goddamn go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Valentine's Day is coming up here soon, and you know, with Valentine's Day coming up, it's a lot of things that, you know, people look at. You know, everybody trying to get a piece of ass for Valentine's Day. You know, I hope everybody get a piece of ass, but you know, I want people to understand something. You need to try to control the human population, ladies. So this year for Valentine's Day, I don't want y'all to give up no ass. I want every woman in the world to just give a little head. Give the best head you ever gave in your life. But give head, because we don't want November to roll around, you know what I'm saying, and we overpopulated America because everybody was fucking, you know what I'm saying, on Valentine's Day. Speaking of church, you know, sometimes I find it odd that people tweet while they in church. Nigga, you supposed to be in there getting your spiritual connection with whoever you pray to, but you sitting in there tweeting. You know, you wrong as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that shit. A lot of motherfuckers know that I stay on Facebook and Twitter a lot, you know, and, you know, for the motherfuckers that's on Twitter that still have that egg as their motherfucking profile picture, as their avatar, slap the shit out yourself twice. You know what I'm saying? You got all these cell phones and digital cameras and all this other shit, but you can use to take a picture of yourself, but yet and still you still don't have a picture on that. Matter of fact, for all y'all motherfuckers that still have that egg up in that motherfucker, I'm deleting y'all. For these motherfuckers that still have MySpace as one of their websites, slap the shit out yourself. If you 35-year-old and you the OG in your neighborhood or on your block or in your hood or whatever the case may be, you know what that mean? That mean your ass hanging around nothing but a bunch of goddamn youngsters. You know, and if you hanging around nothing but a bunch of youngsters, you ain't got no peers of your own age to hang out with, and you just a lonely bastard. You know what I'm saying? Get you some grown-ass friends and do some grown-ass shit. You sitting around on the porch waiting on, you know what I'm saying, your friends to get out of school, wait for them to come home on the weekend from college so you can have somebody to talk to, so you can have somebody to hang out with. You a lonely bastard. I've done my fair share of fucking. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of my fucking occurred in the state of Mississippi. There's a couple of schools in Mississippi where I did a lot of my fucking. Mississippi Valley State is the only place where they have the education building that's known for classroom activity. It's known for step practice, but it also serves as a whorehouse. The state got a 24-hour computer lab. You know what I'm saying? And if you go in the back corner of that computer lab, you can get you some fire-ass head in that computer lab. But everybody at Alcorn has went to go visit the Windsor ruins in the middle of the night and go out there and been fucking out there at the ruins. Everybody. Everybody. People tend to think that Jackson State pussy is some of the best pussy in Mississippi. I beg to differ. Tougaloo College is the place where girls go to become professional freaks. You know what I'm saying? They must have a prerequisite when you fill out your college application about fucking. And they must have a fucking class, not sex education. I'm talking fucking. You know, I mean straight just fucking. Because if you have sex with a Tougaloo girl, you've been fucked properly. There's a lot of people out there that do dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Once again, with Valentine's Day coming up, you know, you have to be mindful, fellas, of the questions that you ask these ladies. You know what I'm saying? Because if these women decide to answer you honestly, you might get your fucking feelings hurt. First of all, don't ask the girl that you just hooked up with for Valentine's Day so that you can get a piece of ass whose pussy is it, because it ain't yours. She just fucking you right now because she is lonely and don't have no other dick to get. That's what it is. You know, also, if you decide to want to know, you know, ask these women some questions, be mindful of the question that you ask them, because once again, you could get your feelings hurt. You know, you think that just because, you know, you've been fucking her for a while, and every time that you fucking her, she's screaming and moaning and all that good stuff, you think that that's because you dicking her down. You giving her the biggest dick she ever had in her life. She's had bigger dick. She's just not going to tell you that she's had bigger dick because she don't want to hurt your feelings. Last but not least, you know, a lot of you are looking at me right now and been thinking, damn, there's something different about this cat. You're right. I've cut my hair. For those of you that are watching me for the first time, I just cut my hair because I had been growing locks in my hair for 2 years, 7 months, and 3 weeks before I cut them. And I cut them for my own personal reasons. Those that know me know why I cut them, but those of you that don't know me and want to know why I cut my hair. But, you know, other than that, you know, that's it. You know, this been shout out volume 5, late as fuck, you know, but it's here. And, you know, once again, you can look for me on Facebook. You can look for me on Twitter. Catch me right here on YouTube. You know, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about them. If you like them, cool. If you don't,
Fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough.